this video is bringing back a lot of memories. I've only watched the first 4 minutes. It's a mix-up. These videos, I'll post the link. It's called the 1950s Tex Avery Mashup, and it's how males in the 50s saw the future. And it's just kind of, it's really funny. Like, in the future, you'll have an oven with a glass front, and you'll be able to see your food, all of it. And the turkey sits up, and it's just like, oh my god. Then there was, I made a note of another one. This is a little interesting, actually. The House of Tomorrow, from the 50s, based on a male's perspective, will be built around the TV. I don't mean to sound like sexist, but I feel like we do that. Not necessarily just males either, just families and family situations. Like, so much goes on around that, at least here it does. I'd like to think I could have a life without TV. Like, not have a life, but like I wish I didn't enjoy that form of entertainment so much. It is entertaining. Like, it's a good form of entertainment, some of the stuff. Like, especially if it's educational or documentary, or like, I love, if you guys haven't watched them, Hugh Laurie did a PBS special where he started in Texas and went over to the boot state. This is Louisiana. And so he ends up in the French Quarter in New Orleans and performing with a bunch of like big names and stuff like that. But like, he does all these little tour stops, and I really like the way he conveys that music and the songs that he chose, because I've gone back and listened to a lot of the originals now, because I want to know the history of them. And like, they're so different. Like, there's no melody really to a lot of them. Some of them there are, but yeah. House of the Future. Let's just review this real quick here. Bacon that will stop from curling. It'll have this little arm that comes up and hits it with a hammer. TV where you can see the whole picture, like top to bottom. It's funny what was risque in the 50s. A lot of it's irrelevant too. Like, there's like an invention for people who can't stop tuning your TV because they think they can do it better. And that house I was talking about was in this video too. It's the House of Tomorrow, where you just buy a little cube and you throw it on the ground and it unfolds into this giant mansion with everything. Yeah, they don't have those. It's just really funny to see them. Apparently they're from the 50s, so they were still playing them in like the 60s and 70s. Although, maybe it's the House of the Future. Maybe that's why I'm remembering a different, no, they're still, 1950s. There's the one with the flying car. I'll have to watch that one afterwards. I don't like the news anymore. All day today, even NPR was just bringing me down. Like, there was no good news. Like, you got plane crashes that we still haven't found the plane. We got mudslides, and we had tornadoes, and murders, and racists, and crack-smoking mayors. And I'm like, and Benghazi coming up again, and I'm just like, man, why do I even listen to the news? Why do I even care? Like, this all brings me down. Like, the oil, the tanker in Lynchburg goes into the James River. That one's close to home. Like, I didn't really see any encouraging. Oh, the guy, the botched death sentence, the execution. It wasn't actually botched. It just, he died differently. But the problem is once again, like, this guy, I'm not one to feel this way often. You know me from these videos. You know that I'm a peace-loving, gentle soul who doesn't want to see anyone hurt. I'm not even gonna say what he did, but this guy was executed and it was botched. Apparently, it took him 43 minutes to die. He had a heart attack, and like, for what he did, like, he got off easy. Like, he should have had. I hate to say this. I feel so evil when I say it, but death is too good for people who hurt kids. Like, there needs to be some kind of a sentence where they're tortured for 20 years or something. You know what I mean? Like, people who do things to the helpless, like, makes me wish I had superpowers. See, I would use them for good. Maybe. I don't know. Beating the tar out of somebody like that, is that good? I guess it's not. I guess it's kind of evil. But it's the one case where, like, I don't care how I'm supposed to feel. Like, kids should never be hurt. Unless they're being naughty, of course. Then you can beat them to... No. Serious, though. That's one of the things that I feel very strongly about. But the punishment of those who do, like... I feel like I shouldn't want them to suffer and die. Like, I feel like... Maybe it's my upbringing. That I should find, like... the thread of good in them. Kind of like Luke saw the good in Vader. Like... I think there is good in everyone. I think everybody is genuinely good. But there's bad seeds out there. But I wish people could get to them and help them before they did things that we hate them for. I just don't know how to do that. Like, I don't know. It's depressing, huh? Anywho, yeah, other than that, like, I don't know. I guess it's all a matter of being in the situation, too. Like, you don't know how you're going to react to something until you're, in it. You really can't if you've never experienced it before. Because you can look at pictures and videos of everything on the internet nowadays, but until you actually experience, like, I don't know, bungee jumping or, I don't know, skydiving or, I've had a few friends that have gone skydiving. When I was younger, I would love to have done that. Now that I'm older, fuck that. Hot air balloon? Never. You will never, ever, mark my words, ever get me in a hot air balloon. That's dumb. It's too easy to fall out and die. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if I sat in the basket and I looked at it, I was just like, oh, this ain't bad. But no. No. As far as I can tell, if you had a gun to my head and said, will you go in this hot air balloon? I'd be like, no. No, that's stupid. I hate being afraid of heights. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. I wish I could get over it again. I was so good with it. For years, I loved heights. I did some crazy shit when I was a kid. Shit that I would never do now. Growing old is getting a little stupid. I'm tired of it. Can I trade it in for a new car? I'd love a new car. I'd love a used car that wasn't my car at this point. Oh, jeez. I've been looking for a gooseneck lamp, a cheap one. Like, I see them at Goodwill every now and again, but I went to the Goodwill on the way to Forest today to get vodka, because I was almost out. And I stopped in there, and they didn't have them today. And I stopped in like 2 or 3 days ago at the other one near my house. I like to poke my head in there, especially if you find Legos, buy Legos. Like, seriously, like maybe not the Bionicle stuff, but like if you see bags of Legos, like, that shit's rare. People will pay money for Legos. If you go online, there's like people who sell individual bricks. Like, people are looking for specific bricks. And I mean, I'm not saying like a lot of money, but like little pieces go for $1 or $2 or I mean more. Like, for a little piece of fucking plastic. Like, it's the #1 export from, is it Holland? No. Germany? No. Switzerland? Sweden? I don't know. Somewhere around that area, I know my geography well. Around that area in Europe. The whole Europe. No, it's like Eastern Europe, I think. Northeastern Europe. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's the #1 export of their country is Lego. Like, that's a lot of Legos. They're making a shitload of Legos. Like, and people are willing to pay like $1 or $2 for like a certain brick they don't make anymore. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, it's a shit ton of work though. If you try to set up a Lego business, I couldn't imagine having to photograph every piece. I guess you could. I bet you there's a program out there to just show people. But most people would want to actually see the brick, because I don't. My dog's chewed on some Legos and stuff. I don't know, but it just seems like the effort isn't worth the payoff. But it seems like you could make money if you were willing to take the time, which I'm not. I feel there's things all over me, like things like this guy. Wish I knew my father's side of the family at all. Like, I knew my dad till I was 7. I have 3 half-brothers and a half-sister that I barely know. I grew up with one of them living in the 3rd floor of my house. He would take me out on his motorcycle every now and again, and he had lost an eye, or lost sight in one eye, from he worked in a machine shop and something just shot into his eye, like a little sliver of like metal or glass, and blinded him in that eye. I think he said he didn't even feel anything at first. He felt it like something hit his eye, and then he said he woke up in the middle of the night just screaming in pain, like because this thing was cutting into his eye. I know that story only because my mother told me that story. Might not even be a true story. My mother's... she's not that crazy. Reverb Nation. I gotta get out of there. I thought it was a cool thing at first. I just wanted to have somewhere to post music, like songs, MP3s, because I have so many MP3s, so many songs like that I've recorded since... Well, before I was even in bands, really. When I used to just play on my 4-track. I remember getting a 4-track. That's what I spent my money on, my savings, when I turned 18 or 19. I just got a shitload of music equipment. And I used to record a lot of stuff. And that helped me improve a lot on my own, because I'd just play rhythms to songs, and then I'd go back and I'd do a little bit of bluesy kind of soloing over it. So it just kind of got my fingers working when I was little. But I knew nothing about my father's side of the family. Him and I, like those other ones that I mentioned. Now, that the uncle, not the uncle, the brother, half brother that I mentioned, David Oliveira, he had a son, David, as well, who he was driving somebody home one night. He was drunk, hit another car, killed his passenger, and killed one of the passengers, I believe, in the other car. I hadn't seen him in like 15 years, 20 years maybe. He showed up at my doorstep one day, like, you could tell the accident, he got pretty effed up too, because like he had hair missing like here, and like scars you could see, and like the way he talked, he just didn't sound like the person I remembered, which I didn't know very well anyway. But he wanted me to be able to stand up in court for him for being a good person. I was just like, I took the paperwork, but there was no way in hell I was gonna do that. I didn't care. I was just like, you got drunk and you killed people, like, you're not a good person. Like, I know accidents happen, but you got to think about that shit. And if you don't, then you're a bad person. I think. Maybe that's the wrong idea I have, but I don't know. I just don't like to tempt the fates that I don't believe in. I tried, these are like a 1.25, I think. I tried a 2 on tonight. The 2s, oh my god, it was even better. Like, clearly my eyes are getting worse and worse. But, like, this one I have to still hold pretty close. But with that other one, I was just like, and it helped me read the damn Microsoft serial frickin' number off the frickin' thing. Annoying as hell. In a video that I chose not to post last night, specifically because of these 2 batteries, because they went somewhere. No, not there. I put them up my nose last night, and I just sat there, and I said, why don't we come up with a character? They're not actually in my nose tonight. They were last night, though. They were pretty far up. Well, not too far up there. I have very small and dainty nostrils. I was thinking this might be a fun character. Somebody come up with a name for this character. He does this all the time. Maybe this is his day-to-day, and this is his superhero look. But he's got to have more arms, because if he's got to hold 2 batteries... Well, I guess he could just stick them up his nose, and that's his thing. I don't know. What's his name? Let's come up with a name for this guy. I want to say that Octo is in his name. Maybe not. Check out how we made it rain for our new horror movie teaser. I already saw this, Mr. Rigo. Is this something new? Brad posted a video of how he assembled this thing and connected it to a truck, so when he was driving forward it looked like it was raining. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I wonder if they'll use that in Hollywood. They probably already do. Maybe that's where you got the idea. I don't know. What do you expect of me? I don't know all things. I know a lot of things. 15 minutes again, boys and girls. I'm having a good time. Jetsons. Oh, those Jetsons. Cartoons. They really evolved, didn't they? Take a look at the Jetsons and then watch an episode of South Park or Family Guy. I never thought when I was a kid that I'd ever see shows where cartoons were more vile and foul-mouthed than actual actors and stuff. It's so funny. I love it, though. I love it. Tour Microsoft's House of the Future. Ooh. I heard something about Bill Gates' house where you're given an ID card, and I guess, I don't know if you have to fill it out ahead of time or while you're there. You can fill out what your favorite like type of music is and like lighting and all that, and it can adjust as you walk through his house as long as you have this card in your wallet or something like that. It'll just the light adjusts. I don't know if this is true or not. Somebody told me this once, but that's awesome. I mean, I've been looking at a lot. Actually, do you guys know about this whole tiny house movement? I can't do it now because we have 3 kids and a dog and a cat and a mother-in-law and a mother-in-law apartment. So, I dig them a lot. Like, I've seen some of the shipping container ones. Like, I'd like to get, like, 6 of those in my yard or something like that I could build like crazy. Because, I mean, I could live small. I could definitely live in something, 500 square feet or less if it was just me and Carol. But, I don't know, because some of these houses are even smaller. They're, like, under 300 square feet. Some are, like, that they can put on a trailer are, like, 126 square feet on the bottom and, like, 30 up top for a loft. Like, if you design them right, it's pretty amazing when you look at it and you're like, well, yeah, there's not a ton of floor space, but that's less than, well, no, not a tenth of my house. I don't know. I'm not going to do the math here. But they're so small. I think there's a sweet spot around 400 square feet somewhere. I watched a video the other day of a guy. He milled his own wood and everything for this house. It's crazy. Like he used recycled materials when he could find them. But a lot of times he'd just go out in the woods with his chainsaw, and there was a river behind his house, and he'd actually go out with his kayak and tie these giant logs together and anchor them off. Then he'd go down there with a pickup truck and pull them out, and then he'd mill them and let them dry for years. Like, that's commitment, man. Like, taking years to create something is impressive. I am I gotta get this going. Gotta go do it. Gotta do it now. Maybe it's because I'm getting older or whatever, but like, I want to do stuff all the time. I want to do projects no matter what they are. Like, I loved doing this video. The ding, 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 ding. I was trying to rely on the tips here and here to like, for timing, dun, 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 but it's too much work, so I'm happy with where it is. Like I said, though, I think I might change the background to something lighter, but then I'm going to have to change the color of the letters and everything. That's a nightmare. It's so much work to do, like go back into Photoshop, because you gotta save it as a CompuServe GIF file. And then you have to make sure that the transparency is on there. It's just after going word for word and cropping it down, then importing it and being like, ugh, that's way too big. And having to go back, shrink the size of it, save it, go back in, close it, save it, open it, and then the new things would already be in place there, so you don't have to change anything. It's a lot easier than having to import new stuff and replace it. So I think it is. What am I talking about? The making of the video. Yeah. But it's just, it is a pain in the ass, but it's fun too. Like, so I think all good creations are kind of like that. Pain in the ass, but they're a lot of fun. It's a good way to describe it. I have to flash the BIOS on this motherboard, and I'm terrified I'm going to screw something up, and I'm going to be like, oh my god. Just like that. It's giving me options where to back it up. H, sure. Download. I can't get it to download. I've tried it several times through the Asus interface. I always thought it was Asus. I was wrong. Asus. That's what they say on Newegg. I sent them a resume too. They have a video. I'd love to liven their videos up. I'd like to get them more mainstream. Like all their how-to videos and showing of computer videos are so they're good. They're very detailed, especially for people who just want the information. But I'd love to get in there and do a review of a product, or even just a overall they tell you about the product. What's that called? I'd love to do that, but like this. Yeah, so these glasses. Oh, look at this. Once again this year, they went with lenses. Oh, and look what they've done this year. They've added a spring hinge, so you don't break it so easily, you jackass. Ooh, nice. Good clickability. Alright, we'll take them. I don't know. That was dumb. That was dumb. It's another dumb thing. Sometimes I just say dumb things. Sometimes, you know. I could have been a contender. Alright. I'm going to wrap this up because I feel like suddenly it's slipping away from me. And I'm a little beat down. It's a little later tonight. It's already 10 o'clock. So I'm going to end this. I'm going to start uploading the 2 of these, and I'll... Yeah, and I'll put them up there. So you guys have a great night. Don't forget to make somebody smile tomorrow. Take care of yourselves out there in this crazy world, because I don't want you to become a story. You know what I mean? Shit happens everywhere, and I know there's millions and billions of people living on this earth, but you never know when it's like I was watching the videos of the it was the audio of the kids on their cell phones leaving their parents messages to say goodbye to them, basically, and that's a little rough. It's been a rough day and night. Bad news day, tough work night. So, it's always nice to get back here tonight and talk to you guys, and then I can go sit down and watch some programs with that there wife of mine. So yeah, this is 42, we're moving on to 43, we're closing in on 50. I'm not going to meet the milestone I was hoping for at 50. Let's just say that. Hey, you guys want to give me an early Christmas present? Let's get the total subscribers up to 50 by 50. What do you think? Think we can do it? We're close. We're closing in. I've been getting people. I'm up to 30 now, so we're only 20 off, and we still have 9 episodes to go. So that's, yeah, we need a lot of people. That's not gonna happen. Would be nice. Alright, well, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to start uploading these. I was thinking about maybe trying to figure something out to put the intro in front of these, but I'll probably do it, and I'll post one eventually, just because I really want to see the transition of the fade into the video. I got to remember that, too. Well, I guess I don't really have to. I just have to, wherever I start recording, when I hit record on myself when I'm talking, I'll have to remember that the intro is going to be fading over what I'm saying, so I can just say whatever I want. Just keep it quiet. No. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Anywho, have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, at some point. Take care of yourselves, and here's to a few more tomorrows, my friends.